Hey guys, welcome back to my Colourful Country Life. Today we have a new book to take a look at, and that is The Language of Flowers by Stratten Peterson. Stratton's publishers, which are LOM Art, have very kindly sent this through to me as a pre-release. It will be releasing on the 31st of July, and the book is currently available for pre-order on Amazon. I will pop those links down below in the video description. It's currently selling on Amazon Australia for $18.75, so that's Australian dollars. Now, this is my first book by Stratten Peterson that I've got in my collection, but she does have some others you may be familiar with, which are Mystic Animals, Nature's Magic, and Lunar Colouring. So this is her fourth release. Now, this book is all about botanicals from around the world and their meanings, and we have 46 illustrations in here to colour. The book is about 21.5 centimetres wide and 28 centimetres tall. The cover is a thick cardstock. Beautiful colours on the front. Here is the back here, and it has a blurb. Explore the beauty and symbolism of nature's glorious bounty, combining intricate and beautiful illustrations with fascinating information about the hidden meanings behind each flower. 46 exquisite designs reveal the secrets of beautiful blooms from all over the world, from roses symbolizing love to lilies for purity. Connect with the timeless language of flowers as you color. And the book is both stitch and glue bound, if you can see that there in the binding. So let's take a look inside the book, and I will share my thoughts on each page with you as we go. First up, we have the title page, which is the same image as the front cover in a grayscale format. And here is our introduction page, and we have some cute floral borders. And the introduction says, from the myths and legends of ancient Greece to the Victorian art of florography, flowers have been used throughout history to convey messages of love, hope, friendship, and even secret wishes. In the pages of this book, you can explore a world where beautiful blooms speak louder than words. Take inspiration from the fascinating historical and cultural meanings of each flower as you unleash your creativity and connect with nature. Now we get into our colouring pages. So we have our flower information on the left and the illustration on the right. Now, my family may have nicknamed me the crazy plant lady, but I'm really bad with identifying flowers, so I'm so grateful Stratten has included the name of the flower so I can look it up and see real life images of the flower. So the first illustration also has some crystals and this border, so we have some other elements in the illustrations, not just flowers alone. I personally love reading the information and the meanings behind the flowers. That's my inner nerd coming out. However, you could treat the book as single-sided if you wanted to use markers and you weren't concerned about sacrificing the flower information on the back. So this image has two crossed arrows, which actually relates back to the story behind the flower, which in Greek mythology, Amaryllis pierces her heart with a golden arrow. So these flowers are said to guard against evil and have magical properties. They're shown here with other symbols of protection, such as the evil eye and the arrows. And if you look closely, we have the large eye, the smaller eye, and then some of the flower buds look like they also carry the evil eye symbol. So the aster flowers are linked to wisdom and patience, hence why we have an owl in the illustration to symbolize wisdom and the hourglass for patience. So all the added elements to the illustration seem to relate back to the meaning of the flower. Azaleas are the symbol of both tenacity and impending doom, and we have a snake wrapped around the plant base. It's almost as if it's taken on the form of the plant pot. Baby's breath. Now this one will be a challenge to colour, I think. They're very tiny. I think to make them stand out, a dark background is needed to enable that contrast, as the flowers are too small to add much in the way of shadows with pencils. I think a dark background and then maybe a little sparkle and shine on some of the petals too would help them stand out a bit more. Now, belladonna I am familiar with from the books that I like to read, and we have a crow's skull here to symbolize mysticism. Bluebells or fairy flowers, we have this adorable fairy forest scene. I was considering starting with this page first as it's just so cute. We have a portrait or more of a side profile for bougainvillea. And we have a Japanese inspired page for camellia. This is beautiful with the tea set, the sunrise, the mountains. I think I would colour the camellias a mix of pink and white, maybe add a hint of yellow bouncing off from the sun rays. I love the pink and deep purple tones you can get in carnations. However, I think I'd use those colours for the stained glass window and then make the carnation itself white so it stands out. Cherry blossoms to signify the end of winter. Cornflowers are a symbol of reanimation and were even placed in Tutankhamun's tomb to help bring him back to life. So daffodils are a symbol for renewal and new beginnings, and the artist has added in an Ouroboros here to represent that. A beautiful bouquet of dahlias. Next we have daisies. This page is so pretty. So daisies are a symbol for secret keeping, hence the key in the illustration. There's also a couple of dragonflies. I love dragonflies. This is a really pretty bouquet with the peacock flowers intertwined. I love this page. The whole scene is just so pretty. I love the toadstools, the cute little mouse and all of the bugs. There's a caterpillar, a snail, butterfly, all set in this kind of wreath design. Freesias. This is another beautiful scene. We have a pendant and necklace with this lovely mountain scene pictured inside the pendant. Now this I can picture really colourful and vibrant. Whenever I think of gerbras, I think of my brother's wedding. My sister-in-law had the most beautiful colourful bouquet of gerbras. Gladiola framed by a floral wreath. Here we have some pretty sprigs of heather framing a Scottish standing stone. The hibiscus page, I can picture this really colourful and summery. We've got some fruits to colour and perhaps a shell. Is that a shell? We have iris and some books to symbolise wisdom and knowledge. Jasmine. My allergies can smell this page. This actually reminds me of my childhood. We had a walkway down to the back of our home and my dad had lined it with jasmine the whole way down, and then there was a gate at the end. Lavender. I do love my lavender oil. Great for anxiety and relaxation. Next is lilac in this sweet woven basket, and there's a bunch of ladybugs dotted around. Lilies. Now these were my wedding flowers. We've got them sitting on this vanity in vases. Imagine the mirror effects you could play up with this page. That'd be really fun. Next is a crown adorned with lily of the valley and lots of four-leaf clovers. I can picture a soft colour palette with metals and even some glittery, glimmery accents. This is very serene, very pretty. We've got a bordered piece like a window with the lotus flowers emerging from the water and then the phases of the moon on the outside. Look at the contrast here between the delicate magnolias and the dreamy night sky backdrop. This is one of my favourite pages in the book. We have a large monarch butterfly surrounded by the warm tones of the marigolds. This will be such a fun, vibrant, colourful page to colour. Mimosas, often associated with summer and sun, another bright, cheerful palette. I love orchids. Such a beautiful image. I love how the flowers are encapsulated in the glass cloche. It's very elegant. Even though this is a book about flowers, there's still a lot of variety in this book, with each page having added elements. It just adds that little bit more interest to the pages. Pansies, I can picture blues, purples and yellows on this page. And my personal all-time favourite flower, peonies. I love all the different variations in colours, especially the soft dusty pinks mixed with white blooms. Poppies, the symbol of remembrance. Now we have Proteas, and this is the page I chose to start with. You guys know I like to test out the paper before I do my reviews, especially if it's a book by a new artist to me, as I haven't coloured in their books before. So the paper is white, it's smooth, has a medium thickness, and I have used Prismacolor pencils so far, and they have glided on the paper nicely and blended like butter. I'm not sure if I'm going to add a background to this page yet. I do think it needs something dark to help it pop off the page. So keep your eye out over on Instagram if you want to see the completed page. Another gorgeous bouquet with beautiful oversized blooms, perfect for practicing depth and dimension with your flowers. Here we have 4 smaller arrangements to colour. Next are snapdragons. It looks like we have one living bunch and one that started to wither and die. You can see as they wither, they do start to resemble skulls. Such a happy page, great for warm earthy tones. Honeycombs are so fun to colour, or you could even use some shiny gold paint instead of your pencils. The Key of Life surrounded by sweet peas. Tulips, I'm picturing this with purples, reds, oranges, yellows, so vibrant and colourful and fun. Violet, and there's some gemstones hidden among the flowers too. And then of course we end the book with this small bouquet. So let me know in the comments what you think of the language of flowers. Do you have a favourite page or flower you'd like to colour first in this book? Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look through Stratten Peterson's beautiful new book. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be sharing my completed page very soon over on Instagram. So take care, happy colouring, and bye for now.